Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MJR YouTube channel for today's political analysis. There is an elaborate scheme to elbow out Fred Kalonzo Matiangi from the United Opposition presidential candidate ticket. While speaking on Radio Generation, Jubilee Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni revealed this through a statement he made while answering a question that was raised by a listener regarding the confusion within the United Opposition. And indeed, Jeremiah Kioni said that he may have taken that question as an eye-opener, depending on how the public views the group. And if at all there is an observation that has been made to prove that the United Opposition is divided, then he called upon the leader of that group, who he termed as Kalonzo Musyoka, to ensure that he puts this house in order and have a listen or view the part of that interview. And this is the clip in which Jeremiah Kioni answered that question.
Unajua naye hiyo ni Kenya, lakini mimi nimekusomea ile sheria iko na si ya Gashagua.
Ni sheria ya Kenya.
Ni sheria ya Kenya na hata mimi imefunga na niyo Sonko. Sonko hata ako East African Court of Appeal akijaribu. Lakini hiyo yote alienda mpaka Supreme Court.
It's a waste of time.
Akaambiwa hapana. That's how Mother Koome was saying. Once impeached, permanently impeached. Dugu elewa.
And it is not personal.
And it is not personal.
It is the law.
And this is the law. And this is why when I come across governors and everybody who can serve the law of impeachment, I always plead with them. Yeah, Dugu. Do everything you can to sort out these things with your MCS. Don't get impeached.
Because that will be the end of your
career. Don't get impeached. Do not allow your kiburi ikuruhusu uwe impeached. We had sent those words to Gashagua
when he was DP.
Don't get impeached. But we have also some very funny lawyers who still have not understood that impeachment issue. They are the ones who went telling Gashagua, no, we have not exhausted the legal process. We have not exhausted the legal process. I take it
these lawyers were being paid.
Well, of course. But then again, even you have to make sure that you are careful with some of these advices that you are being given.
So, Umesh, what we are trying to say here is,
I'm not saying, I'm not sure. You see, umesema naitwa nani hao watu?
My Take 2.0.
2.0, I can't argue with the way he sees us. I must now ask ourselves, why are we looking confused? And since Kalonzo is the leader of that now group, he is the one who should be able to find out, why is my group being seen as confused by Kenyans?
Okay.
What do I need to do? What kind of leadership do I need to give so that we don't look confused?
Thank you very much. And to our newcomers, whoever is coming across this video for the first time, it is my plea to you that please take a moment, a minute or two, to subscribe to this channel. And to my subscribers and my followers, please, I want to appreciate you for remaining steadfast and keeping it at MJR. Why choose MJR over other channels? It is because here we do our analysis based on facts, and we give our opinions openly and frankly. And my analysis are just my thoughts. You might have different opinion, but this is mine and that is yours, and mine are informed by some certain facts that can be verified. Now, if you listen carefully to Jeremiah Kioni's speech, he talked about two things on that clip. First of all, he addresses the issue of a legal framework touching on Rigathi Gashagua's impeachment and how this will affect his decision to vie or his aspiration to be a candidate in 2027. And in black and white, Jeremiah Kioni states that the law prohibits Rigathi Gashagua from vying in the next election. And no matter where he will seek justice, whether in the East African Court of Justice or within Kenyan jurisdiction, once you are impeached, you are impeached. And there is no personal grudge about that, and that is law. So on that response, Jeremiah Kioni has ruled out any possibility of Rigathi Gachagua bearing the opposition flag in 2027 general election. Now, coming to the next point, why I feel like Jeremiah Kioni was giving an endorsement to Kalonzo Musyoka. And this one I've talked about even in my previous analysis, that there is every sign to show that Kalonzo might be the opposition candidate in 2027. And in my first analysis, I told you factors to be considered that will arrive us to that decision. And against Matiangi's option. So, while saying that Kalonzo Musyoka is the leader of that so-called united opposition, or that group as he referred to, where he belongs, and we know that he is the Jubilee Secretary General, and for a long time, before even Matiangi came to the limelight, Jubilee Party, led by Jeremiah Kioni, have been advocating and campaigning for Matiangi's candidacy. And they have been so clear on this that their candidate is Fred Okengo Matiangi. Even before Matiangi declared that he has interest on the seat, they've been so vocal and so clear on this. Therefore, when he referred Kalonzo Musyoka as their leader and playing down any possibility of Gashagua being a presidential candidate, make it very open that chances are Kalonzo Musyoka is the de facto presidential candidate of the opposition. Therefore, what are the consequences of such a decision? Indeed, there are consequences to this decision. The choice of a candidate had always remained a key factor to be considered in the upcoming general election. For the united opposition to win, the choice of a candidate is also a factor which must be looked into very critically and keenly. If we go with a Matiangi factor, Matiangi factor had pulled a crowd because there is a lot of excitement around Matiangi. And many people have Matiangi in their heart. But also there is something called experience, which might also have informed the decision to choose Kalonzo Musyoka as the presidential candidate. And many people have also concluded or jumped into conclusion that if Matiangi will not be the flag bearer, then he must be Kalonzo's running mate. But still, this will affect the votes, because there are those who still believes that it must be Matiangi at the top, not as the running mate. We understand the history of that office of a vice president or the deputy president. It is powerless and it has no portfolio at all. You are just principal assistant to the president without any portfolio, as you could see during Ruto's time and Rigathe's time. And we can see now Kindiki's time. Even the position of prime cabinet secretary is more powerful and has some duties to perform, because like now the prime cabinet secretary is also the minister or CS for foreign affairs. If Matiangi will not be on the ballot, many people who want Ruto out of the office will not vote. And once they've not voted, it is a through pass to William Ruto. And that is why the government have one prayer, that it is either Kalonzo or Gashagua on the ballot. And if it is still Kalonzo Hewala, they are still happy. They have still have gotten what they've been praying for. So this decision will answer one of their prayer items, because even Rigathi Gachagua have been campaigning for Kalonzo's candidacy because he knows that he can't make it constitutionally or by law. And I've done this analysis before. That is also the prayer item of Rigathi Gachagua, because Kalonzo is easy to manipulate. Kalonzo will be a naysayer in that government. It's a government where Rigathi Gachagua will stamp authority and will have a bigger say and influence than ever before. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are still many options to be explored, but we are still going to follow these events as they unfold. So thank you for taking your time to listen to MJR, and may God bless you.